everybody, Elliot here, and welcome back to the channel. We're back on tiermaker.com, and we're doing another tier list. Today's tier list. This is me going to be ranking every WWE SmackDown vs. Raw and WWE games tier list. That's because WWE 12 and 13 are also on here. You know, it was that weird period between the end of SVR and the start of the 2K series, so they're also on this tier list. But we got all the games on here. Now, besides the original SmackDown vs. Raw, I have made a video playing all these games before. At least one. Now, I have played the original SmackDown vs. Raw, but I never made a video about it. But anyways, we're going to rank them on a tier list. As of course, S being the best, D being the absolute worst, and we're just gonna see how this go. So if you enjoy this video, and consider liking and subscribing to the channel, I really would appreciate it. Anyways, let's get into the video. So up first we have, of course, we have the original SmackDown vs. Raw for the PlayStation 2. Now, I never played this game on YouTube or on the internet before, or I have played a few matches on it before. I did do the season mode on here, and first off, season mode is very interesting, and indeed, some of it is kind of wild. But we're going to get into, maybe that's a story for another time. You know, obviously this game had to follow Here Comes the Pain, which is very hard to do. The soundtrack is amazing, and it's basically the Day of Reckoning soundtrack, which I do enjoy. My favorite songs are Alone by Zebrahead and Firefly by Breaking Benjamin. They're all, fun fact, those two songs are on my Spotify playlist. SVR 2007, that's the original SmackDown vs. Raw. You know, it had to follow one of the grades, which is a very hard thing to do. Is it a bad game? No. There's some positives, but it wasn't necessarily. I don't know what I'm saying. It had to follow Here Comes the Pain. A very difficult thing to do. But it had a good story mode. It was a meh roster. For the first game of a new series, I say we're going to put it in B tier. It's not one of the GOATs, but it's definitely not one of the worst, so I think right dab in the middle is a good place to go. And then we go to SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. I played the entire season on this channel before. You can go check that out. And season mode is awesome, with the infamous Who Ran Over Teddy Long storyline in the ECW storyline, which is my most viewed video on my YouTube channel. And we got, the soundtrack is fine. And this game introduced the General Manager mode, one of the greatest modes of all time. you know, there was still work to be done in that mode, but for what we got, it was amazing. It was the last WWE game appearance for the time being for Christian and Chris Jericho. Oh, of course, because they were both out of the company. Even when the game dropped. But it was very nice to see. It was a really good game, in my opinion. And it was also the first SVR game on the PSP, which I enjoy. So this is honestly one of the great. I'm going to put this. I think a high A tier. I think that's fine. I think. Yeah, I'll go A tier. Or on here. SVR 2007. I can understand why so many people give this game credit for being the greatest of all time. This is going in S tier. First off, the soundtrack is goated. What's been fun about this game was the reason I became a fan of 3 Days Grace. I love Animal I Have Become and Riot, and of course, you know, you got Money in the Bank. It's a good song. You got Enemy. And of course the infamous, I got a bullet with a name on it. Bullet with a name. Season mode, I definitely prefer 06's season mode over 07. But I do prefer the GM mode in 2007 compared to 2006. So I think that balances out a bit. Roster. The roster, I forgot to mention the rosters in both 06 and 07 are very much upgrades, including in some debuts in SVR 07, including the Boogeyman and the Great Khali, Mr. Kennedy, and this game also introduced the Money in the Bank ladder match. And SRX had the infamous Fulfill Your Fantasy match, which was removed in 07. But basically, anything in the first two games got wrong, 07 did right. And it's probably doesn't get better than that. So that's why it goes into 8. And now we go to 2008. I played the entire GM mode on my channel, all with this game. It was fun, but I can definitely but following up 07, this game is not as good as 2007, and soundtrack is still pretty lit. I do like the soundtrack. Roster does take a dip, and the legend, and while it's a good selection, like Terry Funk, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, Bret Hart, Stone Cold, The Rock, Mick Foley, Rick Rude, Roddy Piper, but then it comes with, there's console exclusives, like the PSP version of 08, it gives you Sergeant Slaughter, Jim Neidhart, and Eddie Guerrero. Whereas the Nintendo DS version gives you Hardcore Holly as a console exclusive. I'm not sure how many people are racing in to go buy a DS to play. It has Bombastic Art or Sparky Plug, but 2008, I enjoyed it. The 24/7 mode. It was great for I enjoyed it for the GM mode. Not at much season mode because that was atrocious. The gameplay, it did take a little dip, and everyone's movesets were altered. But this game was the WWE game return of Jeff Hardy, and anything with Jeff Hardy is an instant win. So I'm going to put SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. This is not a bad game. It is not a bad game. I'm gonna put it in B tier. I like it, but it definitely is a step down from 2007. And get out of the way notification. As for 2009, I've claimed that it's the weakest SmackDown vs. Raw game, and I still agree with that opinion that it is the weakest in the SVR series. It focused on tag team wrestling, which isn't a bad thing. And okay, they changed up their tag team format with the hot tag and introduced tag team finishers. Okay, that's cool. That is cool. But this game removed the general manager mode, which is disgusting. There's only two legends, being Ric Flair and Taz. And of course that's because they made Legends of WrestleMania, and yeah, you can import their roster into that game, but really, I'm not buying another game just to import a roster on there. So this game did, however, introduce us to the road to WrestleMania, which I liked. I did like that. It gave us the infamous Better Than Utopia, a story mode, which is cool. It gave us the Undertaker, a road to WrestleMania, turning everyone into where his urn turned Santina, and Finlay, I believe, into zombies. That was funny. There's still some good to be found in SVR9. Also, they have a career mode, which is not really a career mode. It's just non-stop matches without a storyline. At least with the 2K career modes. Yeah, it was just non-stop matches, but at least there is at least something. They gave us at least I could find something with the 2K career modes. But honestly, when it comes to SVR9, once you're done Road to WrestleMania, that's pretty much it. It's just I guess it's just back to exhibition matches for you. It is definitely the weakest of the game. And also, when you go outside the ring in a one-on-one match, I believe it is, the camera acts up. Why? And there's no way to change it. Why? That was unnecessary, and thank God. I think that was removed in the next game. But this gets a C tier. It's not a bad game. The gameplay. It's an upgrade from OA. Soundtrack. It's still pretty good. But there's really nothing for a single player experience. Road to WrestleMania, and that's it. I mean, you have career mode, I guess, to just boost your cause stats up, which it's nothing really. SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, and I forgot all about this mode. I forgot about this game a lot. I hardly play it, but from what I remember from this game, I did enjoy its road to WrestleMania. I enjoyed Edge's road to WrestleMania, him being that slimy heel, all that slime ball he was. As I enjoy Shawn Michaels' road to WrestleMania, him being old wounded HBK. Mickie James got a road to WrestleMania, which was awesome. Basically developing a rivalry with Natalya. It was basically the Trish Stratus Mickie James storyline with Mickie James and Natalya. I enjoy. Oh yeah, who else? Brand and Warfare. Raw versus SmackDown versus ECW. It's cool they incorporate ECW in some way. And of course, they create a superstar road to WrestleMania. Probably my favorite. It's from SVR 2010. Gameplay, it's great. I enjoyed it. It's SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. An upgrade from 2009. But still, I don't really see that much with a single player experience. But it is an upgrade. But it did kind of feel like an upgrade. So I think I'm going to rank this. It's better than 08 and the original, so I'm going to put it at a high B tier. My favorite version of SVR 2010, by the way, is actually the Nintendo DS version of this game. The story mode, sure, there's no... sure, it doesn't look and seem like much. It's just exhibition or the story mode. Story mode, it's completely different. And I honestly enjoyed it a lot. And honestly, when I got used to the controls and whatnot, I was having some fun. And I was putting on classic TLC match and whatnot. Get SVR 2010 on the DS, freaking fire. SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, end of an era for SVR, and what a way for them to go out. They introduced us to Universe mode, which is still in the games to this day. Another amazing road to WrestleMania. I love Christian's road to WrestleMania being my favorite out of all of them. But I did also like the Undertaker defeat the Streak mode, which I guess has now become a new series on my channel. The John Cena MVP Heroes WrestleMania was cool, because it made references to 2009. Very clever. Chris Jericho was road to WrestleMania. I also enjoy it. And honestly, there was just a whole lot of fun you can have in this game. And honestly, it is a great way for them to go out. So I'm gonna rank this. I might change my mind later, but I'm gonna say it's an S tier game. I still think 2007 is the best one, but 2011 is definitely up there. WWE 12, underrated, in my opinion. I think it has the best universe mode, the most fun universe mode at least. The final time they did Road to WrestleMania, which was another awesome way to go out. You had Sheamus, you had Triple H, and then you had the NXT rookie one. The hero story is my favorite of all of them, but I did enjoy Boy, Sheamus is in Triple H's Road to WrestleMania as in WWE 12. And again, and it definitely was starting to simulate more of a WWE match on television. And honestly, it was, and I think for first effort, it was okay. It was pretty good. So with that in mind, I think it's an underrated game. I don't think this gets enough love. I'm gonna be putting it in A tier, or I think it's a step down below 2006, but it's still a fun, very fun game. And now finally WWE 13. In WWE 13, the Attitude Era mode from DX's formation all the way to WrestleMania 15. There is a lot of fun to be found in this game, but I feel like we could have went further to like WrestleMania 17. But I understand without Kurt Angle, without the Dudleys, without the Hardys, without China, it might be hard to recreate some of these moments. But you know, for what we got on from 13, it was fun. I enjoyed it, and it was and this was the final game before 2K took over. You know, props to 13. And Universe mode is still awesome. That roster, man. Whoo, we got a mix of 2012 of WWE with the Attitude Era, which is just fire. Which was fire. And every time I load that game up, I always hear David Otunga's theme, which is a banger, by the way. This game, I can't think of enough positive things. So we're going to end this on a good note. This is going in A tier. Would I consider is the greatest WWE game of all time? No. Will I put it in the conversation? Absolutely. And that is my tier list. If you now, do you agree with this tier list? Do you not? And how do you rate the games mentioned in this video? Let me know with a comment down below. With that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm Elliot. I will see you in the next video. Peace. I am out. Goodbye, everybody. Peace.